Hello, my name is Kaja Veilleux, and I would like to welcome you to Thomaston Place Auction Galleries. And we are excited to have you for our Autumn Majestic sale. This sale is in November 12th, 13th, and 14th, and we have a 2-week preview so people can come in, look at the pieces, get the descriptions, the measurements, and everything that they need. We have online bidding from 4 platforms. One is Thomaston Live, Live Auctioneers, Invaluable, and Bid Square. We also have multiple phone lines that people can bid on the phone, or you can come and preview and fill out an absentee bid sheet, and we will have someone execute a bid for you. We always are lucky enough to accomplish getting very unusual, valuable, and rare things, but this one is a compilation of incredible stuff. Anyway, I hope you can come to the sale. This is going to be a real eye-opener. And we welcome you to come. So one of the exciting pieces that has come to Thomaston Place to be sold on Saturday the 13th is this rare painting by Winslow Homer, Coming Through the Rye, painted in Paris in 1867 in fine original condition in the period frame. This one is Coming Through the Rye, is estimated at $1 to $1.5 million. And worth every cent, because you can't buy Winslow Homers on the market anywhere. We have a complete provenance and background on this painting, and just a lovely object for somebody to own if they ever wanted a real good Winslow Homer. If your tastes run to wanting things from the sea and mountains and shore, this picture should accomplish all of that. This is a fine painting by Alfred Thompson Britcher. It's called Surfin' Rocks and Sea and Sailboats. Exquisite picture by Britcher in a fabulous gilded frame, signed in the corner with his T through the B, Britcher signature. Beautifully conditioned painting right there. And that one can be had for somewhere between $20,000 and $25,000 on the day of the auction. This is also sold on the Saturday the 13th, 2056, and this one has a lot of sailboats in it. Little smaller size, again in a beautiful gold leaf frame, and signed with the Britcher T through the B signature, dated 1885. Love the way he does his crashing surf and his rocks. Nice light on the boats, seagulls swooping around. If you can't own an oceanfront house, this would be a nice thing to look at in the morning. Well, Lot 2, 2064, it doesn't need much said. It has it all. It depicts young America in the 1860s. It's by one of the most famous women painters of the Victorian era, called Lily Martin Spencer. I mean, it has all the implements of Americana. It has American flag, the little boy with the drum, the dogs, the parrot, lovely little girl in a pink dress. Certainly a wealthy family that's being depicted here by a stone urn full of flowers. A very large painting done by Lily Martin Spencer. One of the more monumental pieces of her work we've ever seen is called Our Future America, painted approximately 1860, and its overall size is 72 by 59 in a period gold leaf frame. And the touches of color with the red, white, and blue American flag off the back of that dark dog, it really enhances the whole look of the dog down below. Draws your eye right into the picture. You notice the red banding on the drum. Again, bringing your eye into the picture, and then swooping you right up to that green parrot with that yellow head. Excellent composition and balance of this picture. Beautiful condition. To find another Lily Martin Spencer of this caliber and this quality would be almost impossible to do, no matter how much money you had. Look at the way he did the eyes. And she did the eyes and the nose. Just a wonderful, wonderful piece of work. Delicate way the hand comes in under her hair. The fingers are actually going into the feathers of the bird. He looks very content. That gaze the little girl has. This dog is certainly happy. But a really incredible piece of work by Lily Martin Spencer. Lot 2073 is the typical, can tell from a mile away who painted this. This is by Fitz Henry Lane, formerly known as Fitzhugh Lane. The way he handles the sky and the light coming through like this in the foreground with the ships, is unmistakably his work in a fabulous period frame, right? The period, original period frame. This one is estimated at $30,000 to $40,000, and just a wonderful example of Fitzhenry Lane's work, and in beautiful condition. I love it with the little figure coming across here and the little log shack on the left. The boat is beached on the shore. That's probably somewhere around Somme Sound or up in the Mount Desert area where he painted a lot of pictures. Above it, you'll see this woman painted with Fitzhenry Lane all the time, and her name was Mary Mellon. And a lot of times when they're unsigned, her work is confused for his, and his work is confused for hers. This one is unsigned, came from a great estate over in Thomaston, Maine, that had exquisite paintings and things. We have several of their pieces of work. And Mary Mellon, as you can see, the quality of the sky, the light, the way she handles the boats, and the man with the oar and things, again, drawing your eye with that red shirt on the guy right to the center of the, off center of the picture. Wonderful painter. And that is lot 2052. 2052. A lovely picture right there. So on a house call over in Rockland, Maine, over by the lake area, this wonderful early farmhouse, I go in and I see this great pair of Chippendale chairs. These are around 1775 they would have been made and carved. They're in walnut, we believe, and it has a shell carved in the back. It has scroll carved on the crest rail. Look at this wonderful carving in here. This is all carved in here, and it scrolls right around with a shaped, pierced back. It's got all the bells and whistles of a great Chippendale chair. It has the matching scallop shell on the apron, on the knees, and it has the carved, what they call a drake foot. A drake foot is a webbed claw foot over a ball, sort of like a duck or a bird would have. And these have the original slip seats and all the original glue blocks. And what's nice about them is it says in here in Roman numerals, this was chair number 7 of a large set of chairs. These are estimated at $5,000 to $10,000. New York Chippendale walnut chairs, probably from the General John Cadwalder house. Yeah. So what they did, the sailors were on board ships and they went all over the world, right? And they would collect the shells and stuff like that, and then they would make these little these little shadow boxes, and they would make them and give them to their girlfriends, their mothers, their lovers, their sweethearts, or whatever. And they fold up. A lot of them fold up so they're safe, and they lock and everything like that. And they usually pine back with little mahogany frames, and they're all kinds of different shells, usually from different areas of the world where they were able to collect these shells. This one, of course, says a present from Barbados, so you basically know where this one came from. These were made in the 19th century and are very sought after today. They can bring anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a piece. This is a double. And saying a present from Barbados, so a very significant one to be sure, and an octagon case, which for some reason they are always in these octagon cases, every one we've had. This one here is very unusual too, for another Sailor's Valentine. This has the pictures of the parents, it looks like, the mother and the father, and they're in their tin-type photographs. So you know this was made in probably around the Civil War era, and you notice the darker patina on the shells because they are, it's a little older probably than that one. This one's probably 1890s, this one's probably 1860s. But again, the octagon form with a mahogany case on the outside, and another rare double Sailor's Valentine. This is lot 2008. Lot 2006 is a wonderful painting of a British brig and frigate off the mouth of the Mersey. This artist, Robert Salmon, was painted in 1775 to 1844. A beautiful example of his work. He is always known for doing incredible waves, but what's great about this picture is look at the sharks. The sharks here, sharks here, sharks here. They're just waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Beautiful condition. Lovely coloration. They're always painted on hardboard in a period frame, and that one is estimated at $20,000 to $30,000. which would be reasonable for a Robert salmon of that size. I've sold 8x10s for that much money through the years. Exquisite quality, the rigging on the ships. You can see the wind coming through the sails of the ship. This one has a carved figurehead on the front of it. And it has multiple guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, at least 14 crewmen on that ship right there. But it's very unusual to see sharks swimming in the foreground of the painting. So you've heard of the Chattahoochee in the song. This is the boat, the Chattahoochee, lot 2010, by the famous painter Antonio Niccolo Gasparro Jacobson. He couldn't settle for one name, he had to have 4. And he worked in New York, New Jersey, and Denmark from 1850 to 1921. This is a broadside portrait of the steam sail ship Chattahoochee, signed and dated in lower right, 1902, and estimated 69,000, exquisite condition in the period gilded oak frame. Again, you'll notice the quality of his water is amazing. It always looks like it's wet. It has people on the deck. Name is here, name here. American flag on the back. It's got all the elements of a really great Antonio Jacobson painting. He was such a technical painter that the detail of his marine pictures, not only the water great, but the quality of the hull work, the cabins, the deck borders on here, the steam coming out of the rigging. I mean, this guy was a master of marine paintings. We did a house call in Owl's Head, a beautiful oceanfront house, and these carved and painted whales by Ehlers, 237 and 239. These were on the wall at that house in Owl's Head, and they're all carved and painted. This one even has a little glass eye in here, and those should bring, oh yeah, they're signed right there, Wick Ehler, right on the side of the whale. That should bring around $2,000 to $3,000 probably. He's very sought after, and he's deceased now, so there are no more to be had. So lot 3068 on Sunday, I got a call on a house on the ocean in Camden, Maine, and to my surprise, walked into the great room, and in the corner was this fabulous Tiffany hanging head dragonfly leaded glass lamp. And I said to the family, I said, I sold a hanging one of these years ago for $145,000. This one is even better, and it has one of the rarest of the bases that goes with it. They believe it was a wedding present to their family, to their parents around 1910. So what's great about this lamp is the size and the quality and the bronze patina. But what makes this one even rarer than a lot is they used the red and blue model glass in each of the wings. They used blue in the eyes of the dragonflies and red bodies. So you've got great contrast. Then you have this red and green border all along here in the hand-blown, hand-molded Tiffany glass. But the added feature are these colored raised jewels around the whole shade. And it has the original fitter cap. I mean, this thing is totally pristine, untouched, original condition, right out of the corner of this oceanfront house. And the estimate on that piece, lot 3068, is $100,000 to $150,000, and worth every cent. These are so hard to find and so rare that I'm sure there'll be a massive amount of competition on this. This is one of the showstoppers. This is a very rare example of the fine quality work done by J.E. Caldwell of New York. It's a Roman Revival gilded bronze and rouge marble font centerpiece bowl. J.E. Caldwell is one of the greatest makers of this type of mixing bronze and stone together, along with making replicas of ancient antiquities, 15th and 16th century enamel pieces in bronze. This shows the double-tailed merman listening to conch shells, or actually blowing on the conch shell. This one's blowing the conch shell. Oh, they are blowing the conch shells, so they're signaling out to sea. They're blowing on the conch shells, and this thing is in absolutely perfect condition. Amazing that it survived. This would have been made at the turn of the century or earlier. And if you wanted an exquisite centerpiece for an entrance hall table or a big banquet table or something like this, this is certainly the finest quality, museum quality piece, and is estimated at $15,000 to $20,000. On Sunday, lot 3118 is one of the finest condition and rarest models of a disc music box. This is called the Olympia, and these were all made in Switzerland. The cases are, in this case, is incredible. It has all this embossed presswork all the way around it in the original finish, but what's unusual, it's on the original case, and when you open the doors, it mechanically opens, and it shows you all these discs inside, and all the discs have the titles of the songs and who did them. Very interesting. We have the list of all the music that went with this, that somebody had recorded, written down all the names of all the songs, a lot of great American patriotic themes and stuff like this. And this is how they sign. This one has the original tablet in the back. Let's see. This one happens to be Auld Lang Syne. Perfect for the new year. You notice the volume of these things, amazing, the sound that they have. This one is the most pristine music box I have ever handled in 50 years. The finest quality, finest condition. I think it has 25 original discs with it. But to have the matching stand is unbelievable. Never seen one in 50 years. How this survived, somebody really loved this, otherwise it would have never survived in this condition. But you notice when you put this top down, it increases the sound. And because it's open here, it almost like amplifies the sound. Original finish on that is just amazing. When this came in, I couldn't believe it. This lot should bring somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000. So this we got in a house call over in Yarmouth, Maine. Wonderful painting imagery of Adele Ipkar's work. She was the daughter of Marguerite and William Zorach, the famous sculptor and famous mother, who was also a wonderful artist. Her animal series are the most sought after. This one is a totally original, untouched condition. It's dated 1992. And the title and everything is on the back, has an original label. It's called A Zebra Hillside, Oil on Belgian Linen, and originally cost $3,500, and today this should bring between $10,000 and $20,000 all day long. Very sought after and very hot in the market, this artist. This is an earlier piece by her. It has wolves up here, and the ibexes here, I believe they are, rabbits, and signed and dated 1980. This is in the original frame too, an untouched original condition. And this one here has a label on it, and this was called Dryland Dusk. And this one should bring between $10,000 and $20,000 also.